What is going on to you, Geminis? So you have the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and you have the Eight of Pentacles right here. So what it is I'm seeing here for you, Geminis, is that a lot of you are very much so, there's definitely a sense of having to not care about what it is that you're leaving behind, who you're leaving behind. The Nine of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles, you're doing better without them anyway. So there's no real need for you Geminis to think that you lost anything in the first place. There's definitely a sense of happily walking away and making the trade and getting rid of all of the kind of self-sabotaging, dysfunctional people that will create unnecessary drama into your life, trading them in for a more peaceful lifestyle where your lifestyle actually makes sense, right? So then now the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor over here really does speak to how, and so because you have this new mentality and lifestyle to go along with it, this really does speak to how now you Geminis have so much room to run free. And what I mean when I say run free, I mean live your life, accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. From my level of understanding, a lot of Geminis want to be able to do so much more. But I, knowing some Geminis and whatnot, a lot of y'all sometimes can feel like you're underperforming in life. That, despite the things that you Geminis have accomplished, you're not necessarily moving in the right direction fast enough and actually being able to do something that you want to do. A lot of you Geminis have big goals, big aspirations, right? Things that you want to do, right? Gemini represents the collective. Gemini represents having a big reach. That's a Gemini thing. The ability to reach out and reach millions of people. That's a Gemini thing. That's actually Gemini. This is why, if you don't believe me, rappers, right, musicians, what is the axis between Gemini and Sagittarius, right? Peak game, right? The rappers use their voice, Gemini, air, communication, right, to come across, reach millions of people with their records, right? Which keeps people engaged because they enjoy their music. They identify with who they are. They identify with their music. Therefore, they buy. They listen to it. They gain money through YouTube, tours, whatever else, right? Brand deals. And what's Sagittarius, right? Sagittarius is scholastic endeavors, right? Scripts, things that are written down. So this is why in a musician's world, it's very important to do what? Copyright your music. They call this in the music world owning your masters, because what happens, you're actually writing down your artwork, you're writing down your lyrics, and you're copywriting it. So now you own your masters. I own my masters. All of my books are copywritten by me, right? So what I'm seeing here with that is that you Geminis now have room to do whatever you want to do, because that's the beauty of having time on your hands now, and dysfunctional people are out of the way. You have given up your once then lifestyle for a lifestyle that's much better than this. Why? Much better than what you knew and were accustomed to. Why? Because now you Geminis don't have to worry about them putting your future in jeopardy constantly with the nonsense, with the nonsensical behavior, with the acting like they have some sort of problem or whatever the case may be. Now you Geminis have room to grow. The question now for you Geminis is, what purpose will you create for yourself? What purpose do you Geminis have now at the fact that you Geminis actually have all the room in the world now? Because that's my cat down there. That's why you're seeing the hair. But grooming herself. But anyway, whatever. That's why it is that you Geminis have all the room now to grow, to do the things that you want to do. Queen of Pentacles in this deck is a person who is just prepared to do anything, right? Prepared for everything. And the Emperor represents just being a student of the game. So what is it that you Geminis are really interested in? What is it? Music? Artwork? Modeling? I knew a couple of Geminis who are models. As a matter of fact, the Gemini that I was in love with was going to be a model. She became a music video model. Yeah, but she had some of her some photo shoots though. You know, the Gemini that I've been in love with that I was telling y'all about, Puerto Rican. That's the vast majority of the people in my neighborhood. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that the Three of Swords and the High Priestess, now, it speaks to how you Geminis have so much potential. And now it's like you Geminis are like, you actually have the room to really now go do whatever you want. So now it's this pondering where the Three of Swords is dealing with the heartbreak of now not having what is familiar, who is familiar around anymore. Now it's like you got to be your best friend. You're going to have to do your own thing. You got to be your own best friend. How do you want to live your life? What are you going to do, right? Like, it's on you now. The ball is in your court. So what are you going to do? And then the High Priestess now represents, this is the question. This is the question. The High Priestess, this is the question. This is existentially, what do you want to do? You know, when I decided to not go back to college, it took me a long time to really have an outlet to where I can actually decide for myself what I wanted to do. You know, I had no computer. So I was like, I want to do YouTube, but I don't even have a computer. I don't even have anything, and I have no money. And to ask people to buy a computer for me is stupid. That's $1,100. You know, my family members, for whatever reason, they didn't want to. I ain't even, I'm not even gonna throw them up underneath the bus. But I wasn't gonna ask them. But I was like, well, how am I gonna get this thing situated, right? Until my sister gave me her computer. Shout outs to her. And then I was like, okay, I'll start there. But the point that I'm trying to make here is it will take a little bit of that time. And the Chariot represents, in the meantime, don't you Geminis fall back into the nonsense that you are accustomed to, because that's purposeful, right? There's some sort of meaning there. Not all meanings are astute. Not all meanings have a future. Some meanings are just supposed to be something short term. So, because I'm not even gonna lie, as great as Geminis can be, and a lot of y'all are, sometimes y'all can get yourselves in some nonsense. And all of the air signs can. Y'all can get yourselves in some nonsense with some gangstered up people. Some people where their life is not really going anywhere like that long term. To say that, they can experience the things that life have to offer without having to ruin their life and end up in an iron box. You understand what I'm saying? So now the Queen of Swords and the Emperor is about how, well, since that's the case, this is about how you Geminis, really need to pay attention to how you will be. This is a very vulnerable time in your life, because a lot of you, like I said, within the past couple of weeks, what have I been talking about? How you Geminis have made the transition from one life to another, where you may have been caught up with the nonsense, but now you're not. Right? You're not connected to the hood people or the dysfunctional ghetto ratchet individuals that you once were. So now ball is in your court. So what do you want to do? So now a lot of you Geminis have to take this time to concentrate on what you want to do. Let's clarify the Emperor. The King of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Six of Cups, the Page of Swords, excuse me, and the Three of Swords. This goes right back into what it is that I mean when I say that don't fall back into the same habit of having those people around when you go back to the lifestyle. The reason why I'm saying that, and I saw this, but I'm going to show you why in the clarifications. And a lot of you have been over here know what I'm talking about. The King of Cups and the Eight of Swords. That's not what I'm talking about right now, but I am clarifying it. This is about how you will give it a try, thinking about it. But this is what I mean when I say that don't fall back into it. The Six of Cups. Those people are going to come around, or you're going to go back and hang out with them, and you wonder what it is that they're doing, right? Don't fall for that trap of thinking that, because what's going to happen is all that's going to happen to you is you're going to fall right back into the same old antics and goofy nonsense that they're doing. So the Page of Swords now and the Three of Swords speaks to how you Geminis have to understand that, you know, what you've got going on is a position that most people wish that they could have had. So be very mindful to not ruin how much progress you have gotten. They are heartbroken that you're not around. The exes, the ex-romantic partners, friends that you stopped talking to, family members that are on some nonsense. Don't get it twisted. They're heartbroken that you're not around. But be around them for what? To destroy your life? To mess it up? No, you Geminis are on the verge of doing something great. Don't mess it up.